Central Regional Minister Kotokuraba has assured residents and traders in Cape Coast that government is ready to put money in their pockets as promised now that the Kotokuraba market has been completed. According to the regional minister, the traders will now benefit from the sacrifices they made in the course of the construction. He said this when he toured the facility on Tuesday morning. And our Central Regional correspondent Richard Kojunyako joins me on phone now with some more on this very story. Kojo, okay, well, I'm told we do not have Richard Kojunyako on the line now. Okay, so Kojo, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Now, what has been the reaction of particularly the traders who had to sacrifice for this project?
Well, the traders are happy that at long last, what they labored for, the patience that they had to exercise has come to fruition. Now, the regional minister says that the project has really been completed. They are waiting commissioning by the President of the Republic. The project is a huge edifice. You know, before the project, they had to relocate the traders to a different area of the Kotokuraba enclave, and so they had to really arrange them in such a way that they all be comfortable to transact their business. But now that they have finished, and the edifice, people are describing it as a mall and as a huge structure, beautiful structure. And people are questioning whether those who sell momoni, kobe, those dried fishes and the others, whether they will be allowed to really ply their trade inside these, because it is made out of up of glasses. And you could see from the pictures that we are seeing on our screens. And so they are asking. But I've also been interacting with the Metropolitan Chief Executive, who says that, yes, they have them in mind and they all have places within this particular structure. So that is really the reaction from the people. They are really happy that at long last, but their plea is that those who were occupying the old structure would be given places and spaces within the new one. And they wouldn't politicize such that, well, you are an MPP or you are a CPP or you are a QRK, so that they wouldn't give you a structure for you to also ply your trade in. And so they are appealing that they wouldn't use that political coloration in the distribution of the places for the market.
Because already we are told that some defiant traders have begun encroaching the entrance of the main markets. Can you tell us what authorities are doing about that?
That's true. It's gone on for a while because they were also they were struggling for spaces to also trade, and so it is expected that would happen because you see people who sell tomatoes, people who sell garden eggs, okra, and people who sell second-hand clothing and others. In fact, they have really mopped up the place if you go there. But I have not really seen the authorities acting or asking them anything about it because according to the Metropolitan Chief Executive, they had to make do with the situation so that they wouldn't deny or deprive any of them what they will eat, their daily bread. And so that is why they had to make do with those things. But as the market has been completed and awaiting commissioning, they are going to put in place certain measures to ensure that those who are still in there or who are parading around the new structure will be relocated to the old and the temporary structure that they erected. And so they will move the people who ideally and who were hitherto occupying the old structure, and they were taken to the new relocating site.
Right. Because finally, before we go, I think it's important to find out when this very market will be commissioned and when it will be put to use by these many traders.
The anticipation and the rumors going around is that when the president comes for this year's Oguafe to Afashe, the commissioning will be done. It is not something that has been confirmed though, but that is the expectation and the anticipation of the people here. And this year, Oguafe to Afashe has just kick-started. It started yesterday, and so they are eager that when the president comes around, the president will use that occasion to commission that project. But there hasn't been any official communication to that effect.
Right. Kojo, many thanks for that update. And that was a Central Regional correspondent, Richard Kojunyako, bringing us a lot more on the Kotokuraba markets, which you're told is now complete. And government is promising that some more money will be in the pockets of traders in the next few days, particularly when that very market is commissioned. We'll bring you more on this in subsequent bulletins. But away from that now, let's head to the Upper West region. And the Wild Fruit Juice Factory would, by the end of September, commenced production of quality fruit juice after it shut down in 2011. The factory, which used to employ several youth in the municipality, collapsed due to management difficulties. But following an intervention by the Wa Municipal Assembly, the fruit processing company should be back on track by the end of next month. Rafiq Salam reports.
The factory was established in 2007 as a result of a symbiotic sister-city relationship between Wa and Ypres City in Belgium. The factory, however, collapsed and the structure overtaken by overgrown weeds 5 years into its operation due to management difficulties. The Wa Municipal Assembly, worried about the situation, decided to open up for private partnership in order to help manage and inject the needed capital into the refurbishment of the factory to bring it back to life. Out of the 4 companies that bid for the partnership, Ndana Ghana Limited won and was given the onerous responsibility to resurrect the once flourishing and pet fruit juice factory of the assembly. Chief Executive Officer of Ndana Ghana Limited, Gregory Lonkoni, said a total amount of 1.4 million Ghana cedis is needed to completely refurbish the factory. They have so far spent 200,000 Ghana cedis on the project. Mr. Lonkono was optimistic that the factory will be ready by the end of September.
One of the reasons why our bid for the place was more attractive to the assembly is because we want to also try in commercial quantities, try producing juice from some of our local indigenous fruits that hitherto are not juiced, so to speak. You know, we have the traditional quote and unquote mango, apple, mango, pineapple, and all sorts of things. But we all know that our mothers and our aunties, they do little puree or ora or something, and they put it on our sister's head, and then they walk about in the market. So that is proxy to tell you that there's market for it. If you package it well, if you label it well, if you market it properly, and if you produce it hygienically, it is going to be a winner.
The Wa Municipal Chief Executive, Isakunu Potia, who visited the site with journalists, was happy that the factory will once again commence production of fruit juice, create jobs for the youth, and also create market for food producers.
We are aware that when it was operational, it was giving employment, direct employment to the people working there, and also taking care of the raw materials. That is the watermelon and the mangoes that were being used. Now that it wasn't working, from the period from 2010 up to now, it has been a very serious issue.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wa.
Now, the Ghana Association of Biomedical Laboratory Scientists has suspended its one-week strike following what it describes as fruitful consultation with stakeholders within the sector. Now, the group has been on strike over the past week over the delays in the implementation of a national health laboratory policy by government. The National Labour Commission, subsequent to the action, sued the striking workers, describing their strike as needless. But before a scheduled hearing of the suit against them today, that's Tuesday, the group says it has called off its strike. We are trying to re-establish contact with President of the Association, Ignatius Abowini, but unfortunately the lines are not going through. Once you're able to get him, we'll bring back to you this very conversation. But you're watching News Desk here on your Journey Shalom Multi TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll tell you some more stories, including a seeming rift or impasse between the Ghana Football Association and the Sports Minister. Stay on.